gamers, this is GamerX here and welcome back to another video. Oh, this is going to be a fun one. As you know, I uploaded this video 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, and it's gotten a lot of reception, 500 views, some likes, and a decent amount of comments. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a video responding to a lot of the comments that I got, because there's a lot of people who seem to be misunderstanding what I'm saying, or maybe they're just dumb and they didn't watch the video. I don't know. But we're going to be addressing that today because, you know me, anything for those juicy YouTube views, right? No, but so in this video, I'll briefly go over it. I was upset because they very quickly nerfed something that I didn't think was the biggest problem in the game, and they over nerfed it to the point where it's not really that good anymore. It's basically like how it was before. And then they also nerfed something else related to him, which I also didn't think needed nerfed as well, but they did it anyway. And so I was complaining that other characters have been running around for way too long being oppressive and OP. And I have some comments disagreeing with me, so we're gonna go over them. And yeah, I'll just like respond to them and give my points, you know? So we'll just go in order. Sleep Tidy 1 hour ago. He really did need a nerf. Sorry you can't guard break me without warning, I guess. I agree and disagree. His Gamma needed a nerf, but the problem is that it got over nerfed. I hate to say this, and y'all can be as mad as you want or upset as you want. The Gamma, the way it is, it should be a high damage move. Whether you like that or not, it should be a high damage move. My issue with it was the fact that there was not enough risk with it. Like, I think the way it should have been is they should make the startup time longer. So, you know, the time to where you charge up to do the Gamma should be a little longer so people can react to it more. And, you know, I think the cooldowns should have been either what they were before or even longer. But keep the damage the same, maybe lower the ticks a tiny amount. And like, yeah, because again, it's supposed to be a high damage move, but the risk is that you are standing still and people can melt you while you do it. That is the risk with it, but there wasn't really that much risk because it's too fast. The animations end and start up too quickly. So that's what I was thinking, is they make the animations last a little longer so that way if you go and you do the Gamma, you are more at risk of getting killed, so you should do it in a safe place. Regardless though, I thought the Gamma after the buff was too much and needed nerfed a bit. But my problem is they over nerfed it. Now it is bad again. You could still, it's better than it was before, but it's not good. Like, you're better off using like the beta at this point over the beta and the alpha over the Gamma. The only thing you're using the alpha for is maybe finishing someone when they're downed, because of the fact that the ticks are fast. But I'm gonna be honest, dude, at level 1 I was using the Gamma to finish someone down, and it did a million ticks before it finally killed them. So it can kill people, it just takes for freaking ever. Like, you're actually better off just lasering them with the alpha, or like hitting them with a bunch of betas, or having your teammates shoot at them. Like the Gamma just, unless you have it leveled up, it just does not put as much oomph behind it as it did. So, you know, like, I don't know what else to tell you. You know, it needed nerfed, but I'm not whining and bitching about it being nerfed. I'm whining and bitching about it being over nerfed. That's the problem. Especially when we have other characters in the game that can do what that does, but way better. Anyway, moving on. Also, GamerX, how do you do, like, it shows 22 per hit on alpha? How do you change that? So, I know what Alex is talking about. I think he's talking about when I was shooting Endeavor's alpha and I was doing the ticks. The training mode is a little wonky, but for those of you who don't understand, I will explain. The way each character is a different type that represents what, you know, their strength is. So Endeavor, for example, is a strike character. When you have a strike character on your team, other characters will do more damage. And the more strike characters you have, the more damage, the more the damage multiplier increases. And same with, and so, you know, that's with strength. Assault has higher defense. So if you have one assault character, the rest of the characters will take slightly less damage. And if you have a full assault team, they'll take even less damage. So that's why numbers and whatnot can be a little hard to judge, because in this video, I don't know how training mode judges it exactly, but if we look, I'm using Endeavor, so a strike character, and the enemy team has Deku, a yellow Deku, so that is a defense character. So that might even it out a bit, but, you know, just keep in mind that if you're fighting someone who has a defense character or a strike character, that's gonna make the damage numbers waver from being higher or lower than you're normally used to. Support, rapid, and technical do not affect damage in any way. It's just assault and strike that do. So, you know, keep that in mind. That might be why some of the damage numbers were a little different. Endeavor's nerf isn't bad, it's bad that only he got nerfed. We still got Strike Dobby going around nearly one-shotting people. This is what... I agree with this. Mostly. I agree with this mostly. I'm gonna actually give this a like and a heart. I do think, again, Endeavor's nerf I feel like is too egregious, but I do agree that he needed nerfed. But I do agree it's bad that we have characters like Strike Dobby, like Yellow Shiggy, like Strike Deku running around, who have been running around for an extremely long time, mind you. Just rolling over the game. Like, again, you guys gotta understand that. Endeavor got a buff and he was nerfed within a week. But I would argue Strike Dobby, Strike Deku, Yellow Shiggy, Mount Lady, etc. are more oppressive and more of a problem than his OP Gamma was, and they just have not been touched. Like, Mount Lady got her stomps nerfed, but like, and I think that's a good thing, because her stomps are still, but like, she can still stack you with one stomp, and then melt like 90% of your health with her alphas. Yellow Shiggy can stun lock you to death and do a bajillion damage. Strike Deku basically has like almost no weaknesses aside from horizontal movement. Endeavor was just like, he has one Gamma that does high damage. Like, and I'm gonna be honest, maybe this is a skill issue, but when Endeavor's Gamma was broken, I never died to it. I got hit by it 3 times. And those were only guard breaks. And it never resulted in me dying. So, like, I don't know. Maybe just the community has a skill issue or something. I don't know. But regardless of that fact, I did think it needed nerfed. We already went over that. And then this guy got a reply, not nearly, but literally one-shotting if he uses max beta with power cards. I mean, The problem with Strike Dobby is his beta is like super glue. It's like a magnet. If you hit his gamma, which you can have his gamma up basically all the time, as I've seen and tested, you can have his gamma active almost all the time, and the amount of damage he takes from having his gamma active is so insignificant that there's no point in not having it active almost all the time. And then once you have the gamma active, the beta turns into a literal magnet and it does like 200 plus. On top of the fact that the gamma will have little bursts come out of it that also do damage. And he can just combo the beta into the beta. So you do the beta and then like once they get up, you just press the beta again and you hug them again. And that's like 400, 500 damage. And then they even made him better now to where you can cancel his gamma. So you could time it to where the gamma will do the giant explosion when you need it. So you take all that into consideration. He's too much. There's no counterplay. You see a Dobby, you have to stay far away from him. And even then, he can close the gap on you pretty quickly. Again, because the gamma makes him have faster run speed. The gamma makes his beta go really far. And he gets 2 betas. So like he could use one beta to close the gap and then the other one to grab you. And then it takes like 2 seconds to recharge, so he just gets his 2 betas back like almost instantly anyway, and then you just press them again. Like it's dumb. It's stupid. It shouldn't be a thing. Alright. Can't crouch a broken character anymore. Whack, Crymore, haha. Why do I have a feeling you're a Strike Deku main? And again, what did I say in the video? I said his gamma needed a buff, but they did too much. I sound like a broken record here. His gamma needed nerfed, but they nerfed it too much. His gamma should be a high damage move, just the way it is. They just need to increase the risk of it. But the devs are like brain dead and they only know how to make numbers go up and down, so they don't know how to do more complicated stuff. It's not even about that, it's the fact that nerfs are meant to make characters balanced. Endeavor is not probably the worst character in the game. If they nerfed him, they should also nerf more characters like Dobby, Toga, Shiggy, etc. I agree with this for the most part. I don't think Endeavor's the worst character in the game, but he's definitely near the bottom now. Like, you can still do good things with his, like, his beta is still good until they nerf that eventually. His alpha is still, like, decent, you know? You just have to, like, you have to be really good at aiming with him to utilize that. And then his gamma, like, it can have his uses, but... So, like, I wouldn't say Endeavor is probably the worst character in the game, but he is definitely near the bottom of the barrel, because they just keep nerfing him and taking away a lot of what, like, he's supposed to be a damage dealer. You know, so... But yeah, they should also nerf other characters, I agree. Like, I don't understand why it's like, Endeavor can't be good, but Strike Deku, Mount Lady, Yellow Shiggy, etc. are allowed to be broken. Like, the community's just okay with them being good. But Endeavor, nah, he can't be good. Like, I don't get it. I want... This is what balance is. Balance is when the game feels fair and you feel like you can play any character on the roster. I am telling you that is not the case with this game. There are some characters that you are just genuinely at a disadvantage if you pick. Kirishima, for example. If you pick Kirishima, you are genuinely at a disadvantage compared to probably everyone else on the roster. Because you pick Kirishima. And that's just because he's not balanced. It's stupid. I don't get why. And then I'll do, I had it as haven't responded. I'll uncheck this and after I finished this last one. Do you really think that Strike Deku and Catastrophe Shiggy are OP? Yes, they are. They are both OP. Again, I literally did it in the video. Deku's alpha. So again, it takes 2 Deku alphas to knock someone down. It takes 1 Endeavor Gamma to knock someone down. At every level, Deku's alpha just does way more damage. It's easier to hit. It's less risky. And he gets way more of them. So if he misses one of them, don't worry, he has like 7 more. On top of the fact that he has almost the max health in the game, on top of the fact that he has basically 2 All Might special action jumps in the form of his Gamma, while also his Gamma is faster than All Might special action and it does damage. And he has a beta that has crazy AoE and crazy damage, and he gets 3 of them if he's max level. And he has a quick revive, which he also takes less damage when he does. Again, yes, he is OP. I think Strike Deku is, if he's not the most OP character in the game, he is one of the most OP characters in the game. He has, you know what OP means, right? They have overpowered. He has very little weaknesses. His only weakness, in my opinion, is horizontal movement. And the fact that his beta doesn't have hyper armor, but I don't think his beta needs hyper armor with how broken his rest of his kit is. So, you know, yeah. And then Catastrophe Shiggy, yes, Catastrophe Shiggy is also broken. I didn't do a video on him, so you know what? Let me just pull up the game capture real quick. I have the game open in the background so I can show this off. Let's, you know, so just for the record, so we'll do level 1 and then we'll do HP recover white. So as you can see, I have All For One, Dabi, and Overall. These characters do not have extra like block, like they're not assault, so they don't have the extra shield, so they can't tank. So, you know, we're gonna break All For One's shield here, and let's see how much damage this does. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, that's gonna be kind of hard to look at. I think his Gamma does like 65, was it? Oh, by the way, also while the decay is going. Okay, 32, 53, 32. Now I screwed that combo up a bit, but the point is you can't get out of that. You can't get out of this. You were completely stun locked during that entire thing. You are stun locked. You cannot move. And oh look, his recharge is so quick that it doesn't really matter. Or you can hit them with the... Just try to run. Oh, and look, all the cooldowns back, and I just used them like 2 seconds ago. Now let's look at him at level 9. And this is him without any strike characters, by the way, or strike cards. So let's see this move. So cool. You do realize All For One is 400 health, right? It almost did 400 damage. That combo. Oh, and by the way, they're back up. Do you think you think he's broken? Also, ignore it. I'll also point this out because I know someone's going to comment about it. You'll notice in the bottom he has 350 health. Normally, Yellow Shiggy has 300. The way training mode works is whatever character you enter into training mode with is the HP that it stays at. I don't know why they have this thing, but it's not going to change unless like I fully die. If someone in training mode like fully killed me and I respawned, then I would have 300 health like I'm supposed to. Just pointing it out because I know someone's going to comment about it. Now let's do the other combo. You see, like, oh, and I have all my stuff back. That time it knocked him back because he still had some time in between. Like, I did damage to him too fast with the Gamma and Beta, so it knocked him back. But, like... Oh, and then I still have all my alphas. Oh, and then he has this. Oh, and it does, like, damage over time. Like, I will say the damage over time doesn't really matter. Like, I feel like flame damage and this corruption damage is just terrible. I don't know why they even have it in the game. But yeah, point proven. Yellow Shiggy is broken. He does too much damage for how mobile he can be. I didn't even show off how the fact that he can freaking Superman fly everywhere. So, you know, just a thing. Just a thing. Alright, now let's do haven't responded. And I'm just gonna quickly go through all the ones. So, remember that this originally happened because they wanted to buff Endeavor, but now he's been nerfed into the ground, not only the Gamma, but also the Alpha. Yeah, I responded, I wish they understood that they could make characters balanced. Not every character has to be garbage or overpowered. It took them under a week to nerf Endeavor, but Crazy Torch Dobby got shadow buffed after rolling ranked last season. It generally confuses me how they decide stuff because it's not from listening to players. This is what I'm saying. I have no clue how or why they make the decisions that they do. I don't. Hey Chubby, how's it going? Been a while. It has been a while. I gotta do videos more. Endeavor's nerf isn't bad. It's been, okay, yeah, I already did that one. They nerfed him to the ground. He is the worst character now. Yep, I'd probably still say Kirishima was the worst, but they were trying their best to dethrone him. Even I play Strike Dobby, and he's just a win button, and I raise my hand to the teacher, which is using the answer, cut damage into trash, but it's just Shadow Realm. Okay. But yeah, no, like, I don't understand why. It just, some people just are so, like, defensive over their mains, like, they will just defend them to the, oh, Mount Lady doesn't need nerfed. She's not that good. Dude. You gotta look at the most used characters. There's a reason that the top 5 most used characters would be Mount Lady, Yellow Shiggy, Strike Deku. Those 3 would be in the top 5. You wanna know why? 'Cause they're broken. Cry. Yep, sad times. It's just, I feel bad for Endeavor mains, man. Y'all gotta win, and then they just took it away from you in like 2 seconds. Not gonna lie, y'all mad. Fair enough, they nerfed him a bit too much. The damage should have been 200 max for the Gamma, and the Alpha nerf is definitely needed. They did a bit too much. Again, I disagree and agree with this. I do think the Gamma nerf was too much. Again, it was just too much. Make the revert the cooldowns on the Gamma, or make them even longer, and make the startup and end times of the Gamma way longer so that you could get punished for it more. Like, that's all they needed to do. Keep the damage the exact same. Keep the, and if they really wanted to touch the damage, lower the ticks a tiny bit. Not to what they were before, just a tiny bit. And the Alpha nerf's definitely needed. I mean, I don't know. People really hate the Endeavor Alpha. Honestly, if you spam dodge roll, half of the times the ticks aren't going to hit you. I don't know why that happens, but you know, so like I guess unless, I think in level 9, that's when it like hits more with dodge roll, but like lower level Endeavor Alphas, like you just spam dodge roll and it doesn't really hit you much because of the way the hitbox works with it. So, like, I don't know, like, if you have busted aim, it is kind of crazy, but, like, I don't know, shouldn't you be rewarded for having good aim? Because it's not like Bakugo, Denki, Strike, Bakugo, Deku, Denki, Todoroki, you know, where like you shoot like a ball or a bullet or a beam that goes to someone and like connects with them either instantly or you can like lead it a little bit depending on the character. This is something where you have to like hit someone with it and then track them while you're shooting at them, which can be difficult, especially if you leveled up more, because yeah, it will be a bigger hitbox and it will be easier to hit people, but also it's bigger, so it's harder to see people with it. I mean, I think it should be a rewarding thing because of the fact that it's a little more complicated, but obviously I would not want it to be broken, ever. I don't want any... That's the thing, I'm not biased. I don't want any character in this game to be better over another. I want every character to be balanced. Because then the game was more fun. The game is more diverse. You feel like you can pick all the characters on the roster rather than 3. But yeah, I said Gamma got good, and if they were going to nerf the alpha damage, give me back my 2 extra alpha shots. I think that's reasonable. And he said you only get 1 more, and that's final no 2. Bad indie players spoiling the game for us. Yes, because when I go into ranked, my biggest concern is an Endeavor. Guys, I hate to say this. Again, maybe it's just me. But, you know, I don't really die to Endeavors that much. Sure, they can hit me hard, but usually, due to the fact that Endeavor has pretty crap mobility, usually he can die pretty easily unless your team is good and they're, like, kind of protecting him. Yeah, no, his mobility is really bad. So, like, usually it's like, oh, he does all this damage, but he can't really run. So, like, when he in a fight, he kind of has to commit to it. So, like, you know, because of that, you don't really see a lot of Endeavors. Like, when the Gamma nerf, even when the Gamma was broken, you didn't see that many Endeavors, or at least I didn't. I saw, like, one lobby had, like, 6. But most of the time, it was, like, 2 or 3 Endeavors per match. And now you just don't see Endeavor ever. Because why? Because the Gamma sucks now. So, like, to say that he's spoiling the game for the rest of us, considering I rarely see him, I don't know how that's possible. Strike Deku, Yellow Shiggy, Mount Lady. Honestly, I'd probably put Mirio and Overhaul in there. I don't know how if I'd put them as broken, but they are annoying as hell. Yeah, definitely. This is a interesting one. Deleted the game not because of the nerf, but the audacity to address the accidental BS and maintenance for just this. Strike Dobby is beyond brain dead. Overhaul has just clogged the screen with BS, run and heal, do it all again, while being unbalanced as shit. Balance was never a thing they hoped to achieve, nor will they ever. Season 6 only 2 maps to play, no decent actual events. Recolor skins, gotcha's a joke, or is there an excuse to waste more of your rolls and percentages, removing duos for solos, a real epic move, idiots, and blah 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 blah. My day 1 season oneself has had more than enough from the lane content creators who do not actually address the issues to the devs in the game itself. I'm completely over it all. As a whole, I'm just done. Deleted with no remorse. Belongs in trash right next to JJK Cursed Clash. Third attempt at a My Hero game for this. LMFAO, I think not. I completely understand how you feel, honestly. They are so picky and choosy with who gets buffed and nerfed. They either make them OP or garbage, rarely actually balanced. I can't blame him for feeling this way. Like, I really can't. Like, you know, Strike Dobby is beyond brain dead, and they have not touched him. They gave him a shadow buff, and that was it. Ever since he came out. Overhaul, I definitely feel like is closer to OP than not because of the fact that he can heal himself so often and he's really high damage. and he can use his special action and his gamma to like counter and parry moves. Yeah, he has no mobility, so that kind of like helps balance him out a little bit, but I still think he's probably pretty much closer to OP than not. In terms of maps, I don't know honestly how many maps they could do, because there's going to get to a point where there's going to be too many maps, and then like, are they just going to do a map every hour? Because then you're not going to see some, like, people are going to get on and maybe their favorite map is map number 6, and they just never see it because of the fact that how the rotations are. Like, so I don't know. I definitely think they should do more, but I just don't know how exactly they could implement it. Give me ideas, I guess. All these recolor skins, yeah, I agree. The recolor, I don't really care for the recolor skins. I like the newer skins, but all of those are usually locked behind the gacha wall. Or is there a joke? Yeah, basically. Like, there's no real reason. It's just a flex. Honestly, that's all it is. If hero crystals or hero souls were more useful, then, you know, I could see them being and have an actual purpose, but no. Removing duos for solos, a real epic move, idiots. I personally think solos over duos is a good idea. I don't know. I just like solos more than duos, and I think it's probably better to have a game mode where you can just play by yourself if you don't want to deal with crappy teammates. But yeah, I mean, that's just opinion based. I think solos I like more than duos, but some people might disagree with that. It would be cool if they had solo ranked. That would be cool, but I don't think there's enough players for that. Crossplay. We've only been asking 6 seasons for it. Content creators don't actually... No, I don't keep up with the content creators of this game. How many times did I say in this video? Ronan was one of the people that I watched, but he played like in the early seasons. I have not seen him stream or play the game in a few seasons now, so he's probably done with the game. And another guy is Charismatic Demon, but he tends to just be more of like a positive, enjoy the gameplay type thing. It doesn't look like he's someone who makes like rant videos and complains about the community or about problems that the game has or something, so, you know. But I guess, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if any other content creator addresses issues. I mean, if no one else does, I'll do it. You guys need someone to address the issues to the devs. I mean, I have 2 subs, but I'll do it. I'll be the one in the community to voice my opinion. And yeah. So, what I will say at the end of this video, don't go harassing any of these people. At the end of the day, we all have different experiences with the game, and we all have our strengths and weaknesses. So, you know, for me, something might be super easy, and then for someone else it's super hard, and vice versa. So, you know, these people probably might have had just very differing opinions because of just the games they played and what happened in them. But, you know, I am someone who has almost 1,800 hours in this game. I have been playing almost exclusively ranked since day 1. I have ace rank in every season except for season 1. I have gold 4 or 3. So I would like to say that I have a pretty good idea of what is overpowered and underpowered in this game, and what comps people use and don't use, and like what the meta is and what the meta isn't. So obviously there's still some opinions in there, but I feel like I have a pretty good idea based on all the time I've spent in the game. So yeah, that's basically it. 35-minute video talking about the video comments. I will not do another one of these for this video because I don't want to make like a video about like an extra 2 comments or something. I just saw a lot of comments and a lot of people having similar opinions, so I just wanted to make a video talking about it and giving my thoughts and opinions, and just to like address some of it. Yeah. Again, you know, let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions on the state of the game, the balance. Maybe I'll do the funny YouTube thing to where I do a comment review on the comment review on the rant. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I would like to do a Q&A type thing at some point, or just something like that. Like, you guys just ask me stuff or give your opinions on something, and then I respond back. I think that could be fun. It's just, you know, I don't really get comments a lot ever, so like it's kind of a rarity, but you know, that's mostly my fault for not uploading. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of any future uploads. Go ahead and in the description and check the link to my Twitch. Stream there here and there when my internet decides it doesn't want to die. And I have a little tips thing. You don't have to touch any of that. It is just there if you would like to further support me and the things that I do. And yeah, have yourselves a wonderful day or night wherever it is where you are, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.